There are moments in life when the hardest thing to do is simply wait. You've prayed, believed, and done everything right, yet nothing seems to move. The silence feels endless, and your faith starts to tremble beneath the weight of uncertainty. But waiting is not wasted time in God's hands. It's sacred ground where faith is refined, strength is forged, and hearts learn to truly trust. When we pray, we often imagine instant answers, but sometimes heaven answers by saying, "Not yet." The waiting room of life is not a place of abandonment, it's the workshop of transformation. God is preparing you for what He's preparing for you. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." Notice that it doesn't say those who rush or those who demand, but those who wait. In the waiting, strength is built, not by moving faster, but by trusting deeper. Waiting is not a pause, it's a process. Think of Joseph, betrayed by his brothers and forgotten in prison for years. To the world, it looked like delay, but to heaven, it was development. God was preparing his heart for leadership, building humility before honor. When the time came, Joseph didn't just rise, he ruled. God often hides growth inside waiting. The seed doesn't shout while buried underground, it quietly transforms. The darkness of the soil isn't the end, it's where new life begins. That's what faith looks like, believing that even when nothing is visible, something holy is happening beneath the surface. Habakkuk 2:3 says, "Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." God's promises are not canceled by time. What feels delayed to you is perfectly timed by Him. He's not testing your patience, He's teaching your trust. Sometimes the silence of heaven is the loudest form of love. When God doesn't answer right away, it's because He's still writing the ending. He's aligning people, shaping circumstances, and protecting you from things you can't see yet. You think He's not listening, but He's building what you prayed for behind the curtain of time. In the book of John 11, when Lazarus died, Jesus delayed His arrival. People thought He was late, but He was actually right on time. Because Jesus didn't come to heal Lazarus, He came to resurrect him. God's delay was the setup for a greater miracle. What looks like disappointment might just be divine choreography. You see, patience isn't passive, it's powerful. Waiting is faith in motion. Every day you choose to trust without evidence, you're telling heaven, "I believe your promise more than my pain." And that kind of faith moves mountains. Even Jesus waited. For 30 years, He lived in silence before His ministry began. The Son of God waited because timing matters more than speed. The right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing. But when God's moment comes, everything aligns. Doors open, hearts change, and His glory shines. So if you're in a season of waiting, don't curse it, embrace it. The same God who spoke to Abraham after years of silence, who answered Hannah's tears, who restored Job's life, and who raised Lazarus from the grave is still moving for you. While you wait, worship. While you question, keep believing. Because the waiting season is not empty, it's pregnant with purpose. One day, you'll look back and realize that what you thought was stillness was actually God's steady hand shaping your destiny. You'll see that the tears watered your faith, and the time you spent waiting made you strong enough to carry the blessing when it finally arrived. Romans 8:25 says, "But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. That verse is the anthem of faith. Hope that doesn't fade when answers don't come fast. Hope that endures in silence. Hope that trusts the unseen God working behind seen problems. You may not see movement, but you're standing in the middle of a miracle in progress. The waiting doesn't mean forgotten, it means formation. You're being molded for something greater than you can imagine. So breathe, be still, keep faith alive, because the God who promised is faithful to fulfill. When the wait ends, and it will, you'll realize that the promise wasn't late. It was perfectly on time. Hold on to faith in the waiting. The silence isn't empty, it's sacred. And soon, what you prayed for will walk through the door carrying proof that your patience was worth it. Subscribe now and let faith-filled words strengthen your heart every day as you wait for God's perfect timing.